Hey, Inuki here. If you'd like more CoH games, show your support on Twitch or join the Discord. Now Jenkins, introduce the commanders please.
Righto chaps, here we go. For the Allies, at the Eastern Front, we've got the rather colourful bloke known as JEFG, waving the stars and stripes as the US forces and dressed smartly in a shining red. I've heard tales of the day JEFG single-handedly stormed a Nazi stronghold armed with nothing more than a can of beans and audacity. Managed to liberate a small French village they did. Impressive. And on the other side, representing the Axis, we have the sly and cunning Ruby, bleeding blue and leading the Africa Corps from the west. Now my memory isn't quite what it used to be, but there's a rumor about Ruby converting an entire panzer division into a traveling circus. The sight of a tank juggling cannonballs left the locals in fits of laughter. But that's just Germans for you, innit? Good show awaits us, folks. And remember, even Her Majesty started as a mechanic, so don't underestimate the fit of a wrench into your plans. Wise words indeed.
Okay. Tanks juggling cannonballs? Wait, there's so many things wrong with that statement. Tanks don't fire cannonballs. But hey, at least we did get the fact about the Queen being a mechanic. That was right. Hey, welcome to, I mean, this is a very casual cast of Company Heroes 3, okay? I've got my tea. I ran out of tea. I've got 100 replays. I've got Jenkins for whatever that's worth. And there's nothing you can do to stop me from casting Company of Heroes games. And that's exactly what I told my mom. She was not impressed. She locked me in the basement. Joke's on her, though. I like basements. They emit a darkness of self-reflection. And also, what happens in the basement stays in the basement. You know, humans were designed to live in caves, and what is a basement if not a man-made cave? Anyway, I guess let's get into the Company of Heroes of things. As I say, very chill. We've already got an MG out here for JEFG. I'm going to call him Jeff, though, because putting the G on hurts my tongue. Maybe something to do with the wisdom tooth surgery I had recently. Panzer Pioneers out and about building some lovely sandbags on the bottom, +5 fuel point once they capture that. We have another vehicle out. It's a 250. Grouping up with the motorcycle. Wow, that motorcycle took a lot of damage just from a bit of fire from the scouts. Ultra-light vehicles, it's what they're called. Scouts do have cover behind the vehicles, the green and red car. Most of the map is in the hands of Ruby so far. Not unusual for the Africa Corps. But we'll see where Jeff is going to go from here. We did go ahead and get some rifles as well. We are...
I really want to see a tank
advanced
juggle
infantry battle group.
Now.
Okay.
Do you think they'll bring that specialty to this match too?
I don't believe we'll see any tanks juggling cannonballs in this particular match, but maybe in the next one with Toilet Guy. Kind of interesting though, we went the barracks and the weapon support center. Well, yeah, we got the bazooka squad out here. That's what I want to see from the weapon support center, because they're going to help against these light vehicles, getting a bit toasted there. Jeff will fall back. It's a rifle squad on half health. Everyone taking a lot of splash damage. Every soldier has their own health pool. Two of them managed to get relatively unscathed by the flames. One shot, second shot, flunks it into a wooden fence. Back the 250 goes, getting those much needed repairs hopefully soon. Repairs on the motorcycle as well. We got the MG inside this building. See how effective that is. I'm not usually seeing MGs up there. Most of the time I see MGs, you know, looking to get around this location. Just to try and secure the middle victory point. It can be quite difficult to flank because it's right outside the base. fairly peaceful times at the moment. Oh, here we go. Artillery observers. I want to see these guys in action. Actually, I think this might be the first game I'm casting with artillery observers, and they are out in force. 3 of them. Now, these guys can build little hidden posts that will call down artillery. And I want to see how Jeff is going to use them. Because I'm not sure if... both players are definitely top 100, I'm sure. But on the replay mode, it only it says top 10 if there was a top 10 player featured inside of it. And I don't know the actual numbers.
Observing an observer.
Not as Jenkins.
This is such a meta experience.
Artillery observers, though, are not great in combat. That's the thing. They're like a support unit. Good at scouting, obviously. Great at capturing territory. Very fast on that.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
With only 1 rifleman squad out and 2 Zook squads, the anti-infantry power is very minimal. And that is reflected in how the map looks right now. Oh, we did lose the bike. 3 Panzer Pioneers from Ruby.
Ruby seems to be
better.
bringing in something a bit heavier.
Well, we have the 250 converted to a mortar and a Flak Verling, which is already reversing towards the front lines. It is a bit heavier than the 250. It's no tank. But sure is going to devastate all this infantry, especially artillery observers. Try and get a better angle. The Zook squads will be a small deterrent. They'll have to group up both of the Zook squads. One of them, I think, getting a bit hurt inside that building. I don't know if it was a grenade. It must have been. Congrats on your promotion.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
4 kills already. May lose an artillery observer here. Oh. Back they go. Jeff is really getting pinned
The enemy has taken a victory
in
point.
general and potentially inside their base right now. We do have the mechanized support center as their choice. Medic 10 up as well. Medical truck back at base. Not as much
Even
action.
SeaWorld doesn't splash that much. They seem to be more intimidating than the Orca exhibits. A reasonable
We are losing
retreat.
grasp of a fuel point.
At the moment, I'm wanting to exhibit more combat. A little less orcas.
A victory point is being taken from us. Our territory is in
That
enemy
mortar
hands.
half track. Quite some range on it. Just hugging that wall. It's pretty good.
Victory point
Pretty
lost.
smart to hug that wall. That'll help mitigate some of the damage because it might end up landing up here. I did recently learn, though, that apparently explosions have no height value to them. So what technically can happen is, as someone was saying, that if you have paratroopers and soldiers paratrooping from the air, if you took a satchel charge below them, the damage will actually hit the soldiers in the air, which is kind of crazy. But it makes sense. Explosions are just a lot of heat, and heat rises.
We are losing grasp of a victory point.
Artillery observers doing some work, getting a lot of territory captured. That's what they're there for. They've got speed. But they're going to have to retreat early. If they don't retreat early, they run the risk of being wiped. You can see, even on retreat, they're taking a lot of damage. Run faster for those medals and stars. Now, the horrible thing is, the deeper that you go on this map, the more likely you're going to take a lot of damage when you retreat. So you have to retreat much earlier. Oh, they're running around the long way. So you already lost half health. Three are left. Assault Grens inside the 250. Thank God for the Zook squad, though. Covering the retreat. No, not good enough, though. Oh, look at the speed of the Assault Grens. Smoke down on the machine gun as well. That was perfectly executed from
With
Ruby.
all of these vehicles, it feels much easier for Ruby to react to Red's actions.
Absolutely. Africa Corps is a very mechanized group. They can get vehicles out earlier than the other armies within the game. I think at the moment they are considered one of the most favorable factions. They're kind of hard to counter for a lot of people. Not sure if you'd quite say they're noob stompers because they can be quite difficult to manage. But if you're good with the Africa Corps, then you absolutely, I think, can have an easier time with opponents. When I've played, I would say that fighting the Africa Corps is one of the more challenging experiences, and I have not played Africa Corps in this patch, so Lord knows. I think it was easier before.
Receiving reports of enemy points.
I think. I mean, like, the thing is, though, like, before, when I was fighting them, it was the flak whirling being rushed out. And I didn't actually have a problem with that, because a lot of the players that I was fighting were very, very predictable. And I could catch out their flak whirling in multiple ways. You know, they'd run over mines, they'd overstep their bounds, they'd be darting left and right trying to keep up with the capturing. Or punishing my capturing. And I managed to delay long enough to be able to get, you know, a sufficient counter out. You know, whether it was a Greyhound, a Stewart. I mean, a Stewart's kind of a hard one to get out, but, you know, I'll buy time for a Stewart. Stewart's apparently not as good anymore. That's for the UK forces. Anyway. Ruby's managed to push them off the point. We've got the medical truck taking a frontline position. Usually this thing sits back in base, but it's nice to micro it out and about in the field at times and just keep your field presence. It's going to heal soldiers up. It's going to reinforce the squads back to full. And then you're effectively fighting as if you've never gone back to base at all. You didn't go back to base, you didn't buy any items, you didn't get a Heart Seeker, or a Magi's robe, or a Zonya's. Random promotion for the artillery observers. Every little helps. Jeff is really struggling here, but what do we have but a tank... I was going to say tank factory. Tank depot. I wish you could see the inside of this being built. That'd be really cool to look in and, you know, watch guys just working on, like, the frame of a tank or something.
I got new orders from the general. I'm being stationed elsewhere again. Good luck on the war efforts.
Are you being stationed to bedtime buys? Oh, look at the range on that. Double mortars as well. Zook squads, you can't just, like, run them forward and hope for the best. They got to be supported. We got rangers out here now. The one ranger squad, along with the Sherman medium tank. This is boss battle mode. Let's see how strong these rangers really are. I mean, they've already lost like half their health just to a single flamethrower squad. Now there's another flamethrower squad, and there's another flamethrower squad. Walking Stuka is going down. Oh, and
That's
so are the
one way to
rangers.
put it. War exists in the dream realm, too.
Enemy forces have captured a victory point.
Jenkins, I just watched JEFG's squad of rangers get killed by a whole load of rocket artillery, and people said rangers were really good. That looked pathetic in the rangers. Why can't they dodge rockets?
Our victory point is being used.
At least we still got the Sherman, though. The Sherman looks like it's doing great. Oh, yes, please. The Sherman's taking a ride inside the base, and it's gonna see... Behold!
Victory point under enemy control. A capture point
Flag
is
36 is the dream. Oh, it takes so long to spin around, though. It's not even going to get a chance to shoot.
Well, blimey. I'm afraid that's the nature of war, old bean.
Territory
You put a
sector
bunch of
has been claimed by
Americans
the
in a
enemy.
spot of bother, and they're like deer in hair lamps. I recall we had a similar situation in the old days, in the heart of Berlin.
Proximity
The
alarm.
baker's dozen of us Brits. We were merely out for an innocent tea run when the bloody Jerrys sent a shower of rockets across our path. Did we fret? Absolutely not. Our mate Charlie, quick as a whippet, snatched up a nearby barrel lid and used it like a cricket bat, sending those rockets back from whence they came. Probably leveled a bratwurst factory or two in the process, I dare
God,
say.
the sausages.
So you see, my dear chum, dodging rockets is more than a game of chance. It's all about quick wits and, of course, a deep-seated fear of losing one's afternoon tea. I reckon these Rangers could learn a thing or two from our British grit. Then again, I suppose, we would find it a bit more difficult to watch the festivities, wouldn't we? Always fun when the Yankees take the field.
Yeah, that's what the Americans are for in World War II. A bit of comic relief. Oh, wow, okay.
This point is being taken from us.
So using the bazooka squads, I think this is like phosphorus. Oh, another phosphorus one as well.
We are losing grasp of a
I'm
munitions
really
point.
surprised that's actually managed to murder the crew. Epic stuff. Oh, now we've got the assault infantry ability out. And they are stutter stepping like crazy. Fire, you fools, fire! Come on, please! I think the smoke's giving them trouble.
Point is killed.
Sherman tank is getting annihilated as well, sadly.
Neutralized by the enemy.
I think we need more vision.
Who have been killed in action.
Of course, you see that the 36 was captured briefly. I don't think it contributed much other than denying a spot for the Germans. Overall, though, this plan of action has done a lot better than those Rangers that hit the field. We do have new Rangers, though. Welcome aboard. Flamethrowers are your worst nightmare. Remember what happened last time. Use memory.
Our victory point is being neutralized by the enemy.
That flamethrower just cannot get a shot off. They're still going to get promoted for it. Like the one guy at the factory who puts in zero effort but somehow gets the attention of the manager and is put up for promotion. Rangers lead the way back home. For whatever damage was inflicted upon Ruby, it doesn't seem to have halted their momentum too much. They're back out in force again.
Our pack has been silenced at the front.
Getting some medical attention back here, but... In fact, no, that's not a medic truck. It's just a regular truck that doesn't have its Flag 36 anymore because it's been destroyed. Guess they didn't want to, like, tow it to safety.
Sugar to food has arrived.
Artillery observers. We're down to 2. 1 Ranger squad, 1 Engineer squad, a Sherman. Looks like we're getting hold of a second Sherman. These guys better start being the elite infantry that they're known as, because they have a lot to overcome. Especially 1, 2, 3 mortar half-tracks. I've not seen this before. It's like all-in mortars. A mortar rush, if you will. Out comes the infantry assault ability. Stepping straight over some mines. It's an effective way to clear mines. Never really thought of using them like that.
We have
Go run over a
control of
minefield.
victory point.
What is their purpose, though? Is it just being sent to their base? They get themselves a truck. Maybe. They maybe get themselves a truck. They don't even get a truck. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, no. Oh, they found a building. They've got distracted. But they're all going to get suppressed here.
We're losing grasp of a munitions point.
Even so, half damage on that building. Oh, okay. Pretty nasty stuff. The walking Stuka is going to get some veterancy from that. Oh. Like, they might not be controlled by the enemy, but each one of these guys dying does actually end up giving veterancy over. And they can be quite easy to farm. Oh, Rangers coming in. They're going to get a sword wipe. They can fire on the move very effectively. We need the Panzer III. Oh, they don't make it out. Okay, this is kind of a small issue for Ruby. They're down to 3 Panzer Pioneer squads. Those guys are going to be very busy. They have a lot of work to do all over the map. They've got to repair stuff. They got to capture territory. And they have to fight. It's a lot. It's asking a lot. Look at the damage on the Sherman. Try and clean some of that up, will you? So Panzer III versus 2 Shermans. I don't think we need to go into detail on who wins that matchup. I do think we need more anti-tank out here. We do have the pack. Between a Panzer III and a pack. Take out 1 Sherman, maybe. Oh, one of them's a 76 as well. Brilliant. Extra firepower. Battle for the bottom victory point.
Territory sector has been claimed by the enemy.
Rangers go for the 38. They've got bazookas as well. But they can't hold off the fiery flames.
Panzer Pioneers
The
lost.
Flammenwerfer.
Proximity alarm near our victory point.
Jeff is down to just over 100 points now. They gotta find way more on the field. The Sherman's moving forward, looking to destroy potentially a lot of targets.
Enemy forces have captured the victory point.
Taking out the Panzer III would be great. They lose a Sherman.
A munitions point is being taken from us.
If they can take out the stuff that can take out their tanks, then they've got basically free reign. You know, the tanks can do whatever the hell they like. That really should be the priority.
Panzer Army Command is under duress.
Or, you know, taking out buildings, I guess. Isn't that annoying? It's going to take a while to do that. Look at these machine guns just firing. They ain't going to do nothing to a Sherman. Assault infantry out again. It's the only kind of infantry that's going to be able to support that Sherman 76 Stuka firing in the area, but I think the infantry have managed to make it past. Not doing too bad, taking a pack. Oh, hitting the medical truck. All the assault infantry have grouped up now, so mortars away. Oh, flamethrowers. Oh my god, don't run into that.
A mortar vehicle has
Oh,
been
they just
destroyed.
don't want the pack being stolen. They need that pack. Ah, tough luck.
Panzer III has been struck. Mortar half-track destroyed.
I'm hearing vehicles getting destroyed. You can see so many have as well. Stuka's sitting in base, just one mortar there. We do get another Panzer III, which as soon as it pops out, it just gets bazooka because it needs all of this. My god.
Lost control of a victory point.
I'm not even sure if it's going to be worth, like, plonking down some mines there or something. Now, Jeff does have a lot of munitions. Mines would be great for them. Because it's just going to solidify how much Ruby is hurting right now. With so little infantry, if they step on a point that has a mine, you know, they got flamethrowers out, no minesweeper, they have to go back to base. And it's going to take ages for them to muster up enough infantry. Somehow, Jeff is swinging this one back. Vet 3 on the Sherman. 4 vehicle kills. It was hunting so many targets whilst Ruby was pinned in their base.
Enemy forces have claimed our sector.
If we can get those Rangers to Vet 3, they'll be a powerhouse right now. I mean, they already are a powerhouse, considering there's only 2 Panzer Pioneers out. Looking pretty bleak for the Ruby.
Territory is now in enemy hands.
The northern side is falling to the US forces. Ruby trying to sneak in some shots down the hill. Oh, we lose a Panzer Pioneer. But we gain a Panzer Pioneer squad that has now 2 Flammenwerfers. So, you know, there's a bright side. This seems very risky. Bringing out another Flak 36. The first one didn't even get a shot off, I feel. At least not against an enemy vehicle.
A Flak 36 is ready to hunt.
Okay, Flag 36. Show me some promise, will you?
Territory lost.
I want to see at least one Sherman go down. It's not a tool of war that you use to sort of chase down enemy armor. You're kind of saying, look, I want to lock down this area. I don't want tanks to be in this area. You put it in a space where there's wide open ground, such as around here. And then you just kind of like nudge around a little bit. You know, you try and avoid the artillery. You have a vehicle nearby to recrew it. You're not expecting it to gain veterancy. Like, don't feel bad about losing a vet Flag 36. Just make sure it's recrewed. So now it gets stolen. Infantry assault is just going to stand on the hill and get bombed. Look, orders are orders. 36 takes out the Stuka. Yeah, I think that was defeat.
Hey, Vivi here. I edit and upload the videos here on Ironcast. If you want to see Inuki cast more, then like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, come along to the Discord, do anything to let him know. Inuki would love to cast more if you'd like to see more.